fix. Since his late teens, when he joined the Royal Navy as a trainee engineer, he had spent his entire career at sea. 10 years in the Royal Navy, and then 21 years in the Merchant Navy. Today was the end of his 3-week shore leave and the start of 3 weeks back at sea on the Ark-O-D, where he was chief engineer. It was a fine morning, crisp blue sky, the sea flat as a millpond. "Are you going to miss me?" Jane asked. He gave her a squeeze and kissed her. "Madly. I miss you every second I'm away from you." As the lights turned to green, she crunched the gear lever into first and accelerated down the incline. "It's really hard to compete against a ship," she said. "What have you got on in the next 3 weeks?" he asked. "Gemma's nativity play, which you'll just miss, and Amy breaks up in a fortnight. I'll have her moping around the house." Amy was Jane's 11-year-old by her first marriage. Gemma was the 6-year-old daughter they had together. So affectionate, so bright. A complete contrast to his remote and sickly daughter by his first marriage. He looked at Jane as she drove. Feisty, but so lovely, with her short bob of red hair and her pert nose. Jane told him that she loved the fact that she had her 3 weeks of freedom, that it made her appreciate him all the more when he was home. Whereas Lynn, who worked for a debt collection agency, had always been needy. Too needy. Dr. Hunter's voice was gentle, concerned. I've got the latest test results back, and it's not good news, Lynn. Her platelet count has deteriorated dramatically. In a normal, healthy liver, the enzyme level should be around 45. The lab tests a month ago showed 1,050, but this latest test shows 3,000. Dr. Granger is very concerned. Her jaundice is worsening, as is her encephalopathy. In lay terms, her body is being poisoned by toxins. She's suffering increasingly from episodes of confusion. Is that right? Lynn nodded. Drowsiness? Yes, at times. The itching? Driving her crazy. Lynn, she's going to have a transplant. A transplant? Shit, she's only 15 years old. He nodded. How long do we have? A few months at most, but it could be a lot less. The biggest problem is going to be finding a liver. There's a lack of donors. And she's a rare blood group too, AB negative. About 2% of the population. But there can be some cross-matching. Could I give part of my liver to her? You're A positive, so I don't know. Dr. Granger will be better able to tell you. Also, whether your diabetes would be a factor. Great, she said bitterly. Diabetes was another of the unwelcome souvenirs of her marriage breakup. Late-onset type 2, which Dr. Hunter had told her might have been triggered by stress. Caitlin's going to have to wait for someone who is the right blood group match to die. Is that what you're saying? Probably. Unless you have a family member who'd be willing to donate part of their liver. The only person she could think of was Mal, but he was the same blood type as herself. We're going to be in a queue, right? Like vultures, waiting for someone to die. What if Caitlin freaks out at the thought? She doesn't believe in killing anything. She gets upset when I kill flies. I could have a chat with her later on today. A lot of families find that donating the organs of someone who's died can give some purpose to their death. Do you want me to try to explain this to her? Lynn gripped the sides of her chair, trying to put aside her own inner terror. I can't believe I'm thinking this, Ross. I'm not a violent person, but now I'm sitting here actually willing some stranger to die. Detective Superintendent Roy Grace was nursing a hangover. He never used to suffer from hangovers, or at least very rarely. Maybe it was an age thing. He'd be 40 next August, or maybe it was... What exactly? He should be feeling more settled. For the first time in 9 years since his wife Sandy had vanished, he was in a steady relationship, with a woman he really adored. He had recently been promoted to head up major crime, and Assistant Chief Constable Alison Vosper, who had never liked him,